My senior colleague and a part of our family, former member of the Rajya Sabha, Shri La Ganeshan ji, Chartered Accountant Sadhguru Das ji, former president of the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, who lays down office today after an illustrious tenure serving the business community in very trying times. President of the Chamber, Mr. Satyanarayan R. Dave, President-elect Shri K. Suresh, Vice President Mr. Vijay Chordia, all other distinguished office bearers, senior members of the Chamber, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, it's a privilege to be addressing you on your Platinum Jubilee celebration year. This annual session called by the Chamber is focusing on the role of Chambers of Commerce and importance of technology. A very, very appropriate subject whose importance we have more than reinforced and realized during this pandemic and all the associated problems that businesses and government faced during the coronavirus pandemic. In fact, the work of the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce is truly praiseworthy in representing the business community and acting as a bridge between government and the issues that affect trade and industry. In that same spirit, I believe the role of chambers of commerce are only getting more and more important but as each day passes by. Initiatives that your chamber has been taking for so many years clearly show the trust that your members have in this chamber and the goodwill that you have been able to generate with governments over the years. Together, businesses, your associations, and the government have now embarked on a journey to convert the COVID pandemic, this crisis, into an opportunity. We are all working together to reframe and reimagine our businesses, our business processes, re-engineer the way government works, change policies, processes, laws, procedures to make them more contemporary, and together, business and government is working towards a better future for the marginalized sections of society, for those who have been deprived of the benefits of 73 years of independence, the last man at the bottom of the pyramid. In fact, my own experience in the last 6 months during the pandemic has been that the chambers have played a very, very important role in highlighting to the government areas of concern, the problems on the ground, which very often at ministerial level in Delhi, you are not able to really get the full sense of, and in coming up with innovative solutions to solve the problems of business while also maintaining the sanctity of the fight against COVID, the necessary precautions, social distancing, and other measures. In fact, this has been a period where the true resilience of Indian businesses have been put to test. And I'm delighted to share with you that the whole world recognizes the phenomenal work that has happened in India in our fight against the pandemic and in our rapid recovery coming out of the pandemic. You will all recall that way back in the last week of March, when we went into lockdown, how serious the situation in India was. We hardly manufactured any personal protective equipment. We would have had a huge shortage of ventilators. Were with one lab doing 250 tests a day. And 2,000 tests a day. But today, 6 months after the lockdown, I can say with pride that our Indian industry has come up to the expectations of the people of India. We have today become one of the largest manufacturers of personal protective equipment, masks, ventilators, medicines across the world. We are not only self-sufficient in all of these, but we are also starting to export ventilators, PPEs and masks. India is truly becoming Atmanirbhar, self-reliant. And that is the stepping stone to our greater engagement with the rest of the world, to a greater share for Indian businesses in global trade and engagement. Given the size of our population, the demographic dividend, and the advantages of a young working population, I believe we have not been able to really contribute to global supply chains and global economic activity to the level that we can. We have a long journey to cover. India's abilities today to become self-reliant, to expand in terms of scale of operation, to introduce good manufacturing practices, to improve our quality, are all being recognized by the world, who want to see India as an integral part of resilient global supply chains. They are looking for trusted partners, and no better country, nobody is better poised than India to really provide that service as a trusted partner of international businesses, as a country that others can rely upon, that people are sure will stand by them in the worst of situations. I'm happy to share with you that our services sector, which contributes significantly to our jobs and foreign exchange earnings, our exports, showed such high degree of resilience during the pandemic that even in the March, April, May months of lockdown, when almost everything had come to a standstill, working from home, moving equipment to their homes, our services sector was able to meet almost all our international obligations. Our services exports were over 90% level. Even in March, April and May, the severest period of the lockdown, thereby earning the goodwill and trust of international companies who realized that India did not let them down. We continued to serve, we continued to provide them adequate support, continued to keep them operational through the most difficult of times. Indian industry has shown great resilience. In the month of September, whose figures are largely being discussed nowadays, Indian exports were 5% higher than the exports we did in September 2019. It's a matter of great satisfaction that not only have we reached last year's level, we have exceeded it. Even in the railways, the freight that we carry, the goods traffic that is transported through railways, in September 2020 crossed 100 million tons for the first time in the last 10 years in the month of September. Usually September is a lean month, but for the first time in September, we crossed 100 million tons and we were 15% higher than September 2019. You're all aware GST collection has bounced back to a 4% growth over what was collected in September 2019. And you're all aware that September collection relates to sales made in August. And August was relatively a difficult year for India. We were in the process of unlocking. These are all signs that show us that economic recovery is going to be rapid. It'll be V-shaped in most sectors. And India will once again bounce back to high growth levels, which is truly our destiny. There are certainly some sectors like tourism, restaurants and hotels, aviation, entertainment industry, which continue to be stressed and it takes slightly longer to come out of their difficulty. But given the collective effort of all of you, it is the collective effort of industry associations and government working as partners, equal stakeholders. It's the teamwork of all of you that has helped us come back into recovery phase. Certain sectors will need some more handholding, some more support. Government is committed to ensure the recovery of all our businesses and will continue to listen to your voice, listen to your suggestions, interact periodically with all of you and work in that spirit of collaboration. In fact, I don't know if any of you had a chance to interact with me during the last few months, but I have been in continuous dialogue with all the industry associations at the national level, with export promotion councils, with startup ecosystem, with the investors, both venture capital and private equity investors. Different stakeholders of the economy have been guiding us, giving us very valuable suggestions. And through the use of technology, whose importance is becoming more and more evident to all of us, we have been able to keep the wheels of government and the wheels of business, trade, commerce and industry rolling and picking up speed. In fact, it has also shown how important the measures that the Honorable Prime Minister has taken in the last 6 years to strengthen the infrastructure of India and take the benefits of quality lifestyle to the poor of India have been in helping people overcome this period. Can anybody on this call imagine if Prime Minister Modi had not embarked on Swachh Bharat, Clean India, whether in the kind of dirty atmosphere that we found in large parts of the country, we would have been able to save our people from the pandemic? Can you imagine if 11 crore toilets were not built all over the country, how we could have implemented a lockdown if everybody was required to go out of their house to the fields? Apart from the indignity of that, apart from the shame that all of us feel, that was 70 years after independence, our sisters, our mothers, our daughters were not given the dignity of a proper toilet. Our mothers still had to cook on Though traditional smoke emitting chulas, Prime Minister gave 8 crore chulas were replaced with cooking gas connection to the poor of India free of charge. And overall, in the last 6 years, we have doubled the number of gas connections, almost so that every home in the country today has the facility of a cooking gas connection. All of these steps and many more, like opening of bank accounts, the Jandan accounts, the unique identification program through Aadhaar, the rapid rollout of digital outreach, taking digital technologies to the length and breadth of the country through Digital India, the 50 crore lesser privileged sections of society, the poor and lower middle class persons who have been provided free healthcare and the comfort and confidence that government will take care of them should they fall ill or require any hospitalization or operation. The fact that nearly 10 crore farmers are getting 6,000 rupees per year, 6,000 rupees per farmer, big or small, every year as a mark of respect for their enormous contribution to making India self-sufficient in food grains, in fact, a large exporter of agri and processed food products. In fact, we have taken the opportunity of COVID to bring about game-changing reforms in agriculture, labor, mining, capital markets and banking, space technology, defense, all of which under the Atmanirbhar Bharat package will strengthen India and prepare us to engage with the rest of the world from a position of strength and on terms on which we can help Indian businesses grow, expand, provide work opportunity to our millions of brothers and sisters, and transform the mindset of the nation, bring about self-confidence in our people. As the Prime Minister says, we have to reform, we have to perform, and we have to transform. And I'm sure with the collective support of Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, all the well-meaning members, office bearers, stakeholders of the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, and working together, no power on earth can stop India from truly becoming a superpower and economic power to contend with, an economy that cares for its people, that cares for 135 crore Indians, that improves the quality of life of every single person in the country, and using technology ensures the democratization or socialization of ease of living, ease of doing business, and better incomes for the people of India. We are all working as a team, breaking departmental silos, breaking or unshackling business and other sectors like the farm sector from traditional controls, licenses, and quota raj. And I'm sure each one of you would be experiencing that change. You, in your platinum year, to set up small teams of experts or members who are willing to devote time, study different government processes, study different aspects of business, and come up with practical, doable agenda which can help us further make business easier for you and make the lives of our people of India better, more comfortable, more joyful, more happy. Let us work together, leveraging on technology. And as you are aware, the Prime Minister on 15th August has set before all of us the target of taking digital connectivity to every village in the country in the next 1,000 days. Imagine the transformational impact it will have on people, on healthcare, on education, on mobility. Every aspect of human life will see transformation as we engage more and more with technology. In fact, I don't know if you have noticed, today over 5,500 railway stations have Wi-Fi connectivity. Did any of you ever imagine seeing that in your lifetime? That the remotest station in the country today has a Wi-Fi connectivity. And incidentally, the Wi-Fi the railways offers is faster than any other private sector Wi-Fi. I'm not taking any names, but I'm happy to share with you that RailTel offers the fastest Wi-Fi connectivity available at over 5,500 stations. The speed of our freight trains is today double what it was 1 year ago. Obviously, passenger trains are not running to full capacity. Gives us easier path, but now we are institutionalizing. Freight trains will become part of the timetable and will run at about 50 kilometers average speed against 23 or 24 until last year. Freight trains are also reaching their destination faster, thereby bringing down the inventory levels and with a lower time taken, helping even perishable goods reach distant destinations. Our Kisan Rail has been a runaway success, and the number of services and the goods carried in the Kisan Rail is growing every week. While we did 15% more loading last month compared to September 19, we have ambitious targets going forward, and we are hoping to close the year March more than what was the cumulative 1920 freight movement. We did about 1,200 million tons of freight movement in 1920. In the current year, despite COVID and all its associated problems, we hope to exceed that. And I would like to invite all of you, use the railways, use our goods service, use our parcel service, use Kisan Rail, use our facilities, come up with your suggestions, tell us if we can bring in some new policies which will help you use the railways in a bigger way. We are open to your ideas, you're open to suggestions. Rather, we are anxiously waiting for your ideas. And I do hope the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce will support the government's efforts in this direction. Let us together break down the barriers between the people of India, business, and the government. Forward every single brother and sister of ours. Let us work together to improve the lives of the people at the bottom of the pyramid. Let us engage with digital technology, artificial intelligence, data analytics, and other machine learning and other technologies so that we can improve speed of business and government, the reach that you and I have, bring about improvement in our quality, prevent disasters, and ensure a better future for 1.3 billion Indians. The National Education Policy aims to create a knowledge and skill-centric system which will empower youth with skill, knowledge, and a spirit of inquiry, a spirit of innovation. Let us engage with the national education policy and see how we can work together to improve the skill sets and capabilities of our young boys and girls. Let us all work together to see how we can improve the lot of our labor. While the government has liberalized labor laws to further improve the business sentiment as well as ensure a fair deal and social security and healthcare of our workmen, a very balanced approach has been taken for the benefit of the workmen, yet also ensuring businesses succeed. Let us implement these new labor codes. Let us make sure that our workmen get a good deal and we take care of them just like we would take care of our family members. I'm sure working together, working as one, we can change the destiny of India. As they say, together we can go far. If we work together, the nation will go far. I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with you, to know more about the Hindustan Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for your continuous efforts to transform trade and business and encourage industrial development and improve the government and business interface, policies, programs, and work. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I pray for your good health, your safety, your near and dear ones' good health. God bless all of you. I wish you great success in your businesses, in your professions. Thank you very much. Namaskar.